guys doing? Happy Saturday. How are you doing? I just thought of, I have this this thing I want to share in my head. I've had it since last week, but I've not had time to sit down and make a video. So we are going out, and I'm like, instead of just sitting and scrolling, why not just put my mind in, bring out my camera and just, share my thoughts about what has been going on in my head with you, and then hear your opinions about it. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time seeing my pretty face, welcome to the channel. I hope you find this video worthwhile enough for you to hit the subscribe button and click the like button. If you are a returning OG, thank you. The time ready now is clock it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As you may have seen in the title of this video, I want to talk about the illusion of wealth in the Western world, and I'll make a few comparisons. Which one is correct? I don't know. I'll make a few comparisons, and that would kind of show you where my thought is with this thing I'm talking about. And I was just talking with a friend, I think about a couple of weeks ago, and that was when I kind of decided to make a video about this. And it is how most of the things we do in Nigeria, like most of the major projects we do, are projects we do with our money, like pay down, cash down. So in Nigeria, before I left, I don't know what applies right now. Before I left, when you use, it was like a status thing to use an iPhone. Like when you see somebody that uses an iPhone, you're like, hey, the big boys, big girls. And then we get to Canada and we see that almost everybody uses an iPhone. Student, adult, young, millennial, Gen Z, almost everybody. Like there are some people that still uses like the Samsung and the other phones, but almost everyone. So it wasn't like a status thing. And you wonder, how are these people? Because even the UK use that we are buying back in Nigeria, I remember how much I came to Canada with an iPhone 11 Pro Max, and I remember how much I had to pay to buy that iPhone 11 Pro Max. Like, it was UK use, my dear. And I remember how much I had to pay. So it was not a lot of people that had money for new iPhones, like brand new iPhones. And you know that there's no UK use in Canada, or maybe if there is UK use, what I'm saying is a lot of the people using these phones are using like the new ones, like open, you are the one unboxing it, removing it from the box. And then I realized that, my dear, even though you are paying money down, like cash down for the iPhones in Nigeria, most of the people you see with an iPhone in Canada have just collected money from their future for the next 2 years to buy their iPhone. Because most of the new people, like people that buy new iPhones in the Western world, in Canada at least, I know that word for sure, they will be paying back for the next 2 years. 2 years every month to own that iPhone. So that phone is not their own. If that phone lost and they don't have insurance on that phone, they are still going to have to pay that, pay the money back until their time of contract, when the contract ends. 2 years. iPhone costs it takes 2 years of somebody's life to pay back money for iPhone. It's not the same as the way you go and do cash down in Nigeria. Like, you know that most of the people that like if you see a phone with somebody, you know that to a large extent the person paid cash to collect it, not like 2 years later. So who is actually wealthy? Illusion of wealth, right? Then look at cars. We used 2 cars before we left Nigeria, and none of those cars were tear rubber because we could not afford tear rubber. And even that one that was not tear rubber, it was cash down. Like you pay at once to buy whatever amount of car you want to buy, like whatever the cost is. It is cash down to buy your car. You get to Canada and you see that a lot of people are, using brand new cars, like tear rubber, like you're the one tearing the nylon, you're the one, that is also something you pay back over a period of years. It's not like it's my money that I used to buy it. It is, all you need is just a few, like just some down payments, and then for phones you don't even need to do any down payments. For cars you may need to do down payments. My husband is shaking his head. He said you don't need to do down payments even for cars, like thousands of dollars of hundreds of thousands of, I don't know how much they sell brand new cars. I know that I've heard of cars of 50 million, so it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. You don't need to do any down payments. You don't need down payments. You are going home with a brand new car, and then somebody in Nigeria or somebody from your home country will see you and be like, hey, this guy is balling, he's busy. So technically it's not your own, because even though your name is on the title of the car, the day something happens and there is a need to recoup, or maybe you can't continue paying, the people like the auto dealers, wherever you bought the car from, the people that funded your car have the first right, like sell the car, recoup their own money, and maybe if there's balance, you get the balance, if there is balance. Depending on the price at the time and the price when you bought it or something. That is car. Let's go to home appliances. Like if you are buying home appliances, see, I think I've done a video on this channel before where some people told me to come and buy pots on credit, 12,000, I mean at 20,000 stuff. I can't remember how much pots they said I should come and buy. I think it's like maybe 20k or thereabouts of pots. They say is it will help me to cook. Like there was a lot, like there are actual presentations for that pot, and I can pay over, I think, a year or 2 years. I can't remember I was not fine with the idea of buying pots and paying over a period of time. And that's also something you see in somebody's house. Maybe it's a content creator, for example, living in Canada. You're like, oh, this person has this pot. I saw it and it is millions of naira. Don't envy the person, because he's bese. The person is paying back. It's not like, of course, eventually to become the person's own. But don't assume that, oh, this person that just arrived in Canada 2 years ago has a new car, has a new iPhone, has new appliances. Hey, the person is balling. There's money. The money is all you're paying back. The money is not something you have. It is something you have borrowed from your future. Now, let's talk about house. I remember that when we built our house in Nigeria, it took us a couple of years. The day of window, the day we do the flooring, the day we do the bowl, what did we do? Water. It took us some time, to gather the money, do it gradually. But the day we moved into the house, we knew that we were not owing anybody. We're not owing any bank. We're not going to pay back. On the title of the document of the house, on the title document, it was our name, not our name / the bank's name or something. Like there was no other person that had the stake, that had the right of ownership to that property apart from us. It was our own. Let me tell you that anybody, or let me not say anybody, because some people are coming to this country with a lot of money. Well, if you are coming, that's something. If you are coming to the country with a lot of money and you want to buy a house cash down, you will go through a lot of checks. You go through a lot of rigor. It will be rigorous, I'm telling you. Like because they don't want you to bring fraudulent money to come and buy property. So if you are saying, oh, I want to buy this, so imagine like a property of somebody in Ontario, for example, buying like a 5-bed, 4 bath, for example, will be buying a house worth over $1 million, for example, Ontario. That means you're bringing like 1 billion. You're saying I have 1 billion to buy a house. You're saying you have 1 billion. The bank that would, or whatever, the bank that will process that transaction, they will so scrutinize you that you will say it's better to say let me collect loan. Like they will scrutinize the source of the, and it's not like even if the money is legal, like it's just a lot of stress to say you want to pay down, like you want to buy a house and pay down and drop the old money. I'm just saying. But almost everyone you see that says, oh, we just moved into our new house in Canada, let me tell you something. They just entered gbese of 20 to 30 years. In case you have no idea. In case you were not informed. Most of the people that will say, oh, we just bought the bigger the house, the more the gbese. In case you were not aware. The bigger the house, the more the gbese. So when somebody tells you, oh, we just moved into our own new house, and you're saying congratulations, what you're actually saying is congratulations on the gbese that you have just started to pay back. I'll quickly finish this video. We have gotten to where we are going to, but quickly finish this. You're saying, oh, congratulations, because a mortgage you're expected to pay back in like between 20 to 30 years. Compared to Nigeria, where when you move into a house, you are moving into that house debt free. You are not owing anybody, and you will build it to your, well, you can also build houses to your taste here in Canada. But imagine like you are moving into a house in Nigeria, like you are not owing it. Even if you are owing somebody, maybe your contractor, like shaking money, is something you pay back in months. Anyone that most of the people, let me not say anyone, because some people actually bring the money to come and, you know, buy their properties. Most of the people you see that say, oh, they are moving into their houses in Canada. That one I know. It is gbese. Like, years, 20 to 30 years is when they will use to pay back for that house you just saw them move into. So when we talk about wealth, actually, I think it's just like there's opportunity to take loan, and that's like the major difference. There's opportunity to take loan in this place. You can borrow from your future to get some things done. Yeah, compared to Nigeria. But if you compare how much people are building houses, doing those things that we have to take loan to do here, how much people are doing it in Nigeria, I think it's illusion. It's an illusion to actually think that we are richer in Canada than we were in Nigeria. Like, some of the things I'll look and I'll say, you can finance anything. You can finance couches, you can finance couch, you can finance almost anything, and it look like, oh, you have the money, but whereas you really do not have the money. So let me hear your thoughts about this, my thought process, in the comment section. Like, I feel like Nigeria is, in terms of getting things done, in terms of property and all that, I feel like the country where it's cash down. I don't know, in my opinion, that is where you are not owing. It's not like you are in the next couple of, like, a lot of years is when you have to pay back whatever loan you have taken. So let me hear your thoughts about these thoughts in the comment section, and I'll be in the comments reading I'll be in the comments, you know, let's have a conversation about this. Okay, until we see in the next video, have a beautiful life. Bye, guys. So I remember when we built our house in Nigeria, I remember when we built our house, we built it over a couple of years, you know, doing small, today the window, tomorrow we did it over a couple of years. So it's not like anybody borrowed us money to, you know, build our house. But by the time we moved into that house, we knew that we were not owing anybody. Like, it was like we built it. It was not like on the title there is our name and one bank's name. So it was, compare that to anybody you see that say they buy houses, that is even like, I don't want to start with house. Okay, let me start with simple.